Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And today we're discussing a 2025 limited edition of 100 pieces in stainless steel from Glashutte Original. This is the vintage 70s Chronograph panorama date. It was a North American exclusive, so for the North American market, 100 pieces with a panda-style dial featuring a few exquisite shocks of red. It's based on a model that launched in 2014 and was probably a little bit too far ahead of its time in terms of integrating bracelet and case, but time is now. This is very much a watch in the present mode and one of the best. 40 millimeters in diameter, 14.3 millimeters thick from end link to end link, 50.5 millimeters. It's a weighty watch, and mass may not be a dimension, but it's definitely a metric, and you can see this is an impressively solid timepiece at just over 188 grams. That is way up there as watches in non-precious metals go. So if you want your watch to feel its price, this one does. Throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters circumference, and it's a nicely sized piece, though not too big. It's described as basically a 40 millimeter square, and that's true, but with the end link, you can see that it projects a little bit further. So I'd say this wears well on a wrist of, let's say, 15 centimeters circumference or larger. Mine is 16. You can see I've got just a bit of clearance if I wanted to go with a slightly smaller wrist. Now, it's not a thin watch, but with a sloped flank, it should fit underneath the cuff fairly well. Though heavy, it's well balanced all the way around thanks to a massive bracelet and a very substantial clasp. You can see that it's got a thick gauge steel single swing arm, twin trigger release, and then there is a little locking rack underneath. I don't know how well you could see that, but you press the logo. Now you have a couple of incremental stops where you can stop it and slide it and adjust it without actually removing or adding any links. In terms of adding or removing links, you can see that there is an extensive scope of adjustment with all these links removable. So you're going to find a good size. You even have a half link in there in case you find yourself in between link sizes. Now it's integrated again. Back in 2014, when this chronograph originally debuted, it was described as the spirit of the 70s. The problem is no one else other than a few holdovers from the era were living in the spirit of the 70s. So this watch was in the spirit of the IWC Jumbo Ingenieur, the Vacheron 222, the Girard Perregaux Laureato, the Patek Nautilus, the Royal Oak from Audemars Piguet. This is sort of a watch that captures the spirit of that era, and back in 2014, no one was in that spirit, so this model was just kind of overlooked, but its time has come. You can see there's a lot to love, a break between polish and satin and a nuanced design. This little pusher adjustment for the double-digit date. We have a chronograph that is a flyback, so reset and restart without first stopping. You've got your scrolling chronograph hours, you've got your jumping chronograph minutes, you've got your chronograph seconds, then you've got a little running seconds display here that also has a tiny power reserve indicator for the 70-hour power reserve of this watch. Now, it's automatic winding, this caliber 37, but if you wish to wind it manually, you could see, watch that little power reserve right there, that it transitions from white to black as you wind it if you just want to see the power reserve in operation. Now, there is a hacking or stop seconds function, and of course, the watch features a manufacturer movement because it's a GO. This caliber right here is the caliber 3702. Caliber 37 is an automatic winder. It's got a 70-hour reserve. It's essentially a free-sprung balance. There is a swan's neck, but most of the adjustments are actually made with variable adjustment or variable polar moment screws on the rim of the balance itself. So it's effectively free-sprung, which allows for very precise adjustment, but also allows for a extreme degree of shock resistance because you can't change the timing by budging the mobile stud index. It doesn't have one. It's free-sprung. Column wheel with an oscillating pinion clutch. So the column wheel feel here is actually excellent. Really good. It sounds great. It feels good. The sensual qualities of it are outstanding. And it uses an oscillating pinion, which is a type of lateral clutch that has very little inherent play. Watch the seconds hand here. As I start it up, it's basically a seamless engagement because the oscillating pinion has so little play where it engages the chronograph center wheel. So effectively, it is as smooth as a vertical clutch when you engage it. Now, this is all a 4 Hertz beat rate, and oscillating pinion, column wheel, stop seconds, power reserve indicator, flyback chronograph, panorama datum, or big date. That's a date with 2 individual discs, 65 joules. We're going to turn it over. You can see it is 5-position adjusted, which is the same as a chronometer. It's a high horology standard. You'll also see on Lange and Vacheron, for example. We have a combination of solarization on this reduction wheel for the winding system, stripes on the bridges, snailing on the edge of the bridges, as well as the base plate. We have both polished and blued screws. Satination on the wheels, media blast and snailing on the base plate. It's a good looking watch, and it has some quirks out back. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for specifically. The on-off indicator that shows you via an extension of the oscillating pinion clutch whether the chronograph is running or not running when you're viewing it from the opposite side of the watch. Never let it be said that Germans don't have a sense of humor. Now, the watch is, of course, a North American exclusive, said to celebrate the American lifestyle. And note, I said American, not United States. So if you are in Mexico or Canada, game on. Fascinating dial. It is white lacquer with black contrast. So rather than silver white, it is truly white. And you can see we have all applique blackened indices along with blackened hands for high contrast. And no shortage of luminescent, albeit only for the time functions, not for the chronograph itself. Still an outstanding watch on every level that could be your only watch quite easily. With a screw-down crown, it's 100 meters water resistant and thus quite resilient as a timepiece that probably isn't suited to a lady's watch, but for any man, it's your dress watch, it's your sports watch, it's your one, it's your only, it's your all-arounder. And it's from Germany, the oldest continuously operating German watch brand at scale. This company is actually the original Lange und Söhne. If you trace the lineage, it's this company, not the current Lange. So lots of tradition here dating back to 1845. They are the original, or as the Germans would say, original. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.